Who was John Wilkes Booth, and why did he kill the president? John Wilkes Booth was not a poor man. He was not unknown. So why would he do it? Booth was a famous stage actor in the 1-800s. People recognized his face. He came from a respected family, but Booth held deep anger. The Civil War had just ended. The South had lost. Booth supported the Confederate cause. He hated President Abraham Lincoln. He blamed Lincoln for the South's defeat. At first, Booth planned something different. He wanted to kidnap Lincoln. The goal was to trade him for Confederate prisoners. The plan failed. Nothing went as expected. Then everything changed. On the night of April 14, 1865, Lincoln went to Ford's Theater. He was there to relax. The war was over. Booth knew the building well. He slipped into the president's box. No one stopped him. He fired a single shot. Lincoln was hit in the head. The theater fell silent. Booth jumped to the stage. He broke his leg but escaped. Chaos followed. Lincoln died the next morning. The nation was in shock. Celebration turned into mourning. Booth went on the run. For days, soldiers searched for him. He was found hiding in a barn, refusing to surrender. Booth was shot. He died soon after. John Wilkes Booth believed he was a hero. Instead, he became a symbol of hatred and loss. His actions changed American history forever. Who is Roman Polanski? And why is his name still so controversial? Roman Polanski is one of the most famous film directors in the world. He won awards. He worked with top actors. So why has his name never escaped controversy? Polanski survived great loss early in life. He lived through World War I. His wife was murdered in a shocking crime. Despite this, his career continued to rise. He became a major figure in Hollywood. Success followed him. Then everything changed. In 1977, Polanski was arrested in Los Angeles. He was accused of having sex with a 13-year-old girl. The case quickly made headlines. Polanski admitted to a lesser charge. He believed the case was almost over, but he feared a harsh sentence. Before sentencing, Polanski fled the United States. He left for Europe. He never returned. This decision changed his life forever. The U.S. court issued a warrant for his arrest. For decades, Polanski lived abroad. He avoided countries that might extradite him. Meanwhile, his films kept winning awards. Some praised his work. Others criticized Hollywood for supporting him. The case divided public opinion. Many focused on his talent. Others focused on the victim. Years later, the case was never closed. Legal battles continued. Debates grew louder. Roman Polanski became a symbol of conflict. Art versus accountability. Fame versus justice. His story forces a hard question. Can success excuse serious crimes? That question remains unanswered. Who is Mark Wahlberg? And why does his past still follow him? Mark Wahlberg is a major Hollywood star. He is known for movies, music, and business success. But long before fame, there was another story. Wahlberg grew up in Boston. His teenage years were rough. Violence was part of his daily life. Then came the turning point. In the late 1980s, Wahlberg was involved in racially motivated attacks. He assaulted 2 Vietnamese men on separate occasions. One victim was left permanently blind. Wahlberg was arrested. He was charged with serious crimes. The case shocked many people. He later pleaded guilty to assault. He served 45 days in jail. His future looked uncertain. After his release, Wahlberg said he began to change. He turned away from street life. Music came first, then acting. Over time, his career exploded. He became one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors. Success followed everywhere. But the past did not disappear. As his fame grew, the old case returned to public view. Some accepted his apology. Others did not. Years later, Wahlberg asked for a legal pardon. The request caused backlash. Many felt the harm could not be erased. Today, his story remains complicated. It is about violence, regret, and change. It also raises hard questions. Can a person truly move on from serious harm? And who gets to decide when forgiveness is earned? That debate continues. Who is Mike Tyson? And how did his life change so fast? Mike Tyson was once the most feared boxer in the world. He was young. He was fast. He was unstoppable. By his early 20s, Tyson was a global star. He became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Fame and money came quickly, but control did not. Tyson's life outside the ring was chaotic. Anger followed him everywhere. Trouble was never far away. Then came the turning point. In 1991, Tyson was accused of raping an 18-year-old woman in Indiana. The charge shocked the sports world. His image collapsed overnight. In 1992, Tyson was convicted. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. He served nearly 3. The boxing world stood still. A champion was gone. Fans were divided. After his release, Tyson returned to the ring. He still had power, but something had changed. The fame felt different. The pressure was heavier. The mistakes continued. His later career was filled with controversy. Fights, suspensions, and public outbursts followed. The image of dominance faded. Over time, Tyson began to reflect. He spoke openly about regret. He admitted his failures. Today, Tyson's story is complex. It is about talent and self-destruction, about rise and collapse. He remains a reminder. Great success can vanish fast, and some mistakes never disappear. Who is Prince Andrew, and how did he fall from public life? Prince Andrew was once a senior member of the British royal family. He was known as a war veteran. He represented the crown around the world. So how did everything fall apart? For years, Prince Andrew lived a life of privilege. He had status, wealth, and protection. Few questioned his actions. Then came the turning point. Prince Andrew was linked to Jeffrey Epstein, convicted sex offender. Photos and reports raised serious concerns. Public attention quickly grew. In 2019, a woman accused Prince Andrew of sexual abuse when she was a minor. Andrew strongly denied the claims, but the damage was already done. He gave a televised interview. Instead of helping, it made things worse. His words raised more questions. Public trust collapsed. Soon after, Prince Andrew stepped back from royal duties. He lost military titles. Royal support was removed. In 2022, the case was settled out of court. No admission of guilt was made, but the settlement ended his public role. Today, Prince Andrew lives away from public life. He no longer represents the monarchy. His reputation remains deeply damaged. His story is a reminder. Power does not stop consequences, and public trust, once lost, is hard to regain. Who is Harvey Weinstein, and how did his power collapse so fast? Harvey Weinstein was once one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. He produced hit movies. He won major awards. So how did everything fall apart? For years, Weinstein controlled careers. Actors and directors depended on him. Many were afraid to speak out. Then came the turning point. In 2017, multiple women accused Weinstein of sexual abuse. Their stories were detailed and consistent. The news spread quickly. More women came forward. The pattern became clear. Silence had protected him for years. Weinstein denied the claims at first, but the pressure grew. Hollywood reacted fast. He was fired from his own company. Awards were taken away. Friends disappeared. In 2020, Weinstein was convicted in New York. He was found guilty of serious crimes. He was sentenced to prison. Later, he faced more charges in other states. The legal battles continued. His power was gone. The case changed Hollywood. People spoke openly for the first time. The Me Too movement gained global attention. Today, Weinstein is no longer a kingmaker. He is known for his crimes, not his films. His legacy is broken. His story is a warning. Power without limits leads to abuse, and silence always has a cost. Who is Oscar Pistorius, and how did his story end in tragedy? Oscar Pistorius was once seen as a hero. He was a world-famous athlete. He competed in both the Paralympics and the Olympics. Known as the Blade Runner, Pistorius inspired millions. He overcame disability. He broke barriers. Then everything changed. On February 14, 2013, Pistorius shot and killed his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp. The shooting happened inside his home in South Africa. The news shocked the world. Pistorius said he thought she was an intruder. He claimed it was a mistake. Prosecutors did not agree. The case went to trial. Every detail was closely watched. Public opinion was divided. In 2014, Pistorius was found guilty of a lesser charge. Later, that ruling was overturned. He was then convicted of murder. Pistorius was sentenced to prison. The fall was complete. From global icon to inmate. Over time, the case raised hard questions about fame, about justice, and about accountability. Today, Pistorius is no longer remembered for records or medals. His name is tied to a single night, a night that changed many lives forever. His story is a reminder. Great success does not protect against terrible mistakes, and some moments can never be undone. How did Kevin Spacey go from Hollywood powerhouse to public scandal? Kevin Spacey was once one of the biggest names in Hollywood. He won awards. He led hit movies and TV shows. His career seemed untouchable. Then everything changed. In 2017, Several men accused Spacey of sexual misconduct. The claims came quickly, and they came publicly. Spacey responded with a statement. Instead of calming the storm, it made things worse. Soon after, he was removed from major projects. Netflix cut ties. Films replaced him. The fall was fast. Legal battles followed. Some cases were dropped. Others ended with not guilty verdicts. In court, Spacey avoided criminal conviction, but the damage was already done. His career stalled. Public trust faded. Hollywood moved on. Years later, Spacey tried to return. He gave interviews. He appeared in smaller projects. But the spotlight felt different. The Kevin Spacey story is not just about court rulings. It is about power, about accountability, and how fast fame can disappear. In Hollywood, success can take decades to build, but it can fall apart overnight. Was Michael Jackson a music genius or a man surrounded by controversy? Michael Jackson was more than a pop star. He was a global icon. His music broke records. His dance moves changed pop culture forever. But behind the fame, questions followed him for years. In the early 1990s, accusations of child abuse first appeared. The news shocked the world. Jackson denied everything. In 1993, the first major case ended in a settlement. No criminal trial happened. Some fans believed his innocence. Others began to doubt. Then came the turning point. In 2003, new allegations surfaced. This time, Jackson was arrested. The media coverage was non-stop. In 2005, the trial ended. Michael Jackson was found not guilty on all counts. Legally, he was cleared, but the damage remained. His image never fully recovered. Public opinion stayed divided. Some saw him as a victim of fame. Others saw unanswered questions. Jackson returned to music, but lived under pressure. His health declined. In 2009, he died suddenly, just before a planned comeback tour. Even after his death, debates continue. Documentaries revived old claims. Fans pushed back hard. Michael Jackson's story is complex. It mixes talent, fame, and deep controversy. It shows how success can lift someone to the top of the world and still leave shadows behind. Was Marilyn Manson a shock rock artist or something more dark? Marilyn Manson built his fame on shock, loud music, dark images, lyrics meant to disturb. For years, that was his brand. Fans saw it as art. Critics saw it as dangerous. Then everything changed. In 2021, several women came forward with serious accusations. They said Manson abused them. They described control, fear, and pain behind closed doors. The story quickly exploded. Record labels dropped him. TV and film projects cut ties. Longtime fans were stunned. Here came the turning point. Manson denied all claims. He said the accusations were false. He argued they were part of a planned attack on his name. Investigations began. The media followed every move. Some lawsuits were filed. Others were later dropped or dismissed. Still, the damage was real. His career slowed almost overnight. Public opinion split fast. Some believed the accusers. Others questioned the timing and proof. Marilyn Manson's case is still debated. It raises hard questions about fame, power, and art. Where does performance end and real life begin? His story shows how a shocking image can protect someone for years. But when real voices speak up, the spotlight changes fast.